Hey friends, Steve from Cami here. We all know that we need better insight on how our students are doing. But what if I told you that Cami Insights can even get you further, deeper, and wider with what we learn about our students in terms of their performance? Let me show you what's possible. If you go into Google Classroom and create a Cami assignment, your students start working, you could go in and click on Open with Cami right here as a teacher, and it's going to take you to Class View. Now, being here in class view, you can observe your student work, you can see their student performance, but we have now recently added this Insights button at the very top right. When I click on Insights, it gives me all the data, all the analytics, the big picture of what's going on, the class average. But it also gives me who is rocking it, who are my top scores, who are my median scores, and then who is in those lowest scores. So something that you can do by taking these names here, you can customize this to create a new learning experience based on how your students performed. So right here, I have my top scores, Marcus, Washington, and Diane. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the Kami Chrome extension. That'll take me to the Kami dashboard. Now from the dashboard, I'm going to go ahead and click on Split and Merge here towards the bottom. From Split and Merge, I'm going to go ahead and click on Google Drive. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix up the assignments. I'm going to mix up the student individual copies to provide a collaborative experience based on the cohorts of students that I have here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my split and merge. I'm going to select Google Drive. And then from here, I can go ahead and do a search for this assignment in my drive. And then it's going to give me all of the individual copies for this assignment here. What I can do is I can hold down my mouse and select all of these copies, hit select, and it's going to upload all of them into the split and merge environment. Now that they're loaded, I'm going to scroll down and select next. And from here, it dumps all of the individual copies into what I call different bookshelves. And right now I have Stephanie in a bookshelf, Zaina in a bookshelf, Oliver. And if they're in different bookshelves, they're going to be in different files. But if I come back over here into my insights, what if I want Marcus, Washington, and Diane all working on the same document and provide a learning experience to really take them to the next level? So cool. So I have Diane up here. I'm going to go ahead and drag her copy up here next to Washington. And then Marcus, I'm going to drag his down here. Cool. So now they're going to be in the same file. I'm going to go ahead and retitle this and maybe just give it Group A. So you can remix things for the following class period, the following day, the following week, what have you. Now that I have all three of these copies here, I'm going to go ahead and export. I'm going to open in Kami, hit this button right here, and boom, just like this, it drops all three students' work all in the same file. And so it'll give a bird's eye view of all the feedback, right? It won't drop in the scores, right? It'll only give the feedback. And so what I can do is I can look at this, be like, cool, these students have performed well. How do we take them to the next level? I can come down here and click on the little plus to add an additional page. Now, what if I want them to do like a brainstorm of sorts, right? And so you can pull and add various different graphic organizers. But what if there's not one here that I like? I can come down here and select Browse Kami Library. And since they're all going to be on the same document now, I can do I can just type in the word collaboration, give them a digital whiteboard, and then I can add this just like this. I can do the whole build of front loading. You can go ahead and drop in a big picture question or driving question. And based on the learning experience that they did up here individually, I can now curate, recreate, remix something like this to make it collaborative, to transition into a different type of modality, a different type of learning experience. And then all three of them will be here ideating on that big question based on the feedback that they all see now that their teacher gave them, based on how, like, what the data shows, what the assignment is. And so the way that I can get this out to them is I can go ahead and select share, create assignment. And so the big thing here is I don't want to make an individual copy. I want to make one shared copy. I want to select the class that I'm going to move it in. I only want to give it to the three students that I pulled this from. So I got the three students there, and then assign this out that only these three students will then have and be able to work on as a next step. Friends, I really hope you learned at least one thing. I appreciate all of you. Until next time, we'll talk soon.